Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the DoomTowers channel. It's been a while in terms of updates and actual videos on the channel itself, but this video is kind of just talking a lot about the current state of the server, and I think something a lot of you have noticed, just the kind of fall in player engagement and, you know, similar things, right? The last update was 2 weeks ago, or around 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more. Who cares? It was Ivory. The conclusion to the Magical Doom tour, so that also brought, I think, Turkinator, and as I just mentioned, a brand new mini boss. I think the update had a lot of quality in, although some people just want to see the big updates like the new worlds and bosses. I still think it was a little neat update. But the top kind of player count we hit during those first 24 or 48 hours, can't exactly remember, but the peak player count I can remember off the top of my head was 4, and that's including a moderator and an owner, so 2 people online who are members. And in the actual Discord itself, very few people were actually reacting to the posts and talking about it in general. And now there's no monetary need for there to be 1 million people on, and I've always been happy with anybody who's playing, because that's one of the, you know, the end goals of the server, right? If you type /buy even here, it says this, but you can't actually buy it. There's no /buy. There's never been a /buy, and any idea for like buyable stuff was kind of left behind fairly early on, since the server's been going on quite a while now, and I at no point ever had plans of adding pay to win stuff. So there's no monetary reason for there to be a bunch of people on. It's not like that. It's just the reason why I've been keeping the server alive so long is because with it being the last server I'm probably going to make in terms of the Doom servers, if you've not heard before, there was Doomsday MC, Doom Dungeons, Doom Legends, Doom Borders, a lot more before this. And a lot of those got cut short, and a lot of those did not have the fanfare that this server has had in points of time. But a promise I made to myself was to fully wrap this server up, with it being the last, tell a complete story, and I think just put a little neat kind of bow on things, right? So that's one reason why it's been kind of kept almost on life support for quite a while now. And along with that, I really do like seeing people enjoy the server and enjoy playing it and whatnot. But I'm at the stage now, I'm getting busier with other things like work and other projects I've got my hands started with, such as Monolith. Look into that if you haven't, it's very cool. But yeah, I think a lot of people, myself included, are just moving on, whether that be with the server, which is totally understandable. It's been out for a long time now, and I do not expect new people to play it forever. But a lot of people are just moving on with stuff in general, whether that be Minecraft or the server itself. And with how Minehut is, and how Minecraft as a game is dying, I mean, they're both dying. Minehut's fallen off a cliff, essentially. I don't know what Gamersafe is really doing, but I don't blame them. They can't do much. It's like saving a sinking ship. But, you know, it's been on the decline. And I think reaching out to the really specific audience this server fosters, which aren't players who are, to put it nicely, not looking for any engaging content in the slightest. Finding players who actually want to play a server that feels like a game is very challenging now, because a lot of people will not even get to the coolest stuff the server has to offer, because they see the first few worlds are slower paced and don't have as much crazy stuff, and they actually require a little bit of thought. Like, I've seen so many people in this world, for instance, die to basic husks spawning in, which is crazy to me, because I don't even know how they got past the multiplayer screen at that point. But you know, a lot of players just don't have the patience, and they want to play something that's super easy to get into and super easy just to, you know, just be handheld throughout, which is totally fine. But it kind of just further shows this server doesn't really fit in to the miner ecosystem anymore, which, as I mentioned, is dying. So you have a lot of people who are just bored with the server, bored with Minehut, bored with Minecraft. The owner who's even just kind of moving on in a lot of ways. So the engagement at the moment's at a very, very big low, and the motivation for actually releasing updates when there's nobody to play or enjoy them is even lower. So I'll just get kind of the deal across here. Well, not the deal, but just kind of how it will go. A lot of people have chalked up the low player counts to the updates being minor updates or filler updates or whatnot. I think Ivory's a very nice boss, and I think the designs in the attacks and abilities are some of the best out of any boss in the server. But you know, some people just see it as like a filler boss, and that's totally fair, right? But I'm going to release Anodized in the near future. To be fair, development has not been super fast on that boss in a lot of aspects, but it will come out eventually. And I'll do a little rollout for it, and if the player counts don't exceed a certain amount, like this is just a bigger failure or an equal failure to the last few updates from the Ivory and Magical Doom Tour conclusion update. If the boss itself fails, then World 18, 19, and if I don't compress it into 19, World 20, all three of those are going to get compressed into books, or a singular book, and that's how the story will be told. And then from there on out, I will release Boss 10 afterwards, and the server will be done. If we can somehow bring this sinking ship back, so, you know, for anybody watching, feel free when the time comes, right, to advertise or get friends into the server or just simply play and show support. And you're totally fine not to. Yeah, again, if there's people watching this who don't play or just are not super interested, I totally understand it, because me, myself, I find a lot more things kind of interesting now than I did in, 2023 when it was initially made, where I was pumping out new worlds every week because I was very, not even every few days, because I was very motivated and very kind of inspired to at the time. But, things change. So, yeah, I don't know. If you want to show support, I'll appreciate it a lot, and we'll see how the player counts go for when Anodize does come out. But if it's another flop, then you will see Boss 10 come out afterwards, and the server will be done. If it's a huge success, then World 18, 19, and yeah, again, we're on the fence about it. But World 20 they will come out, and you may even see content past Boss 10. But, we'll have to see. No pressure. I guess it's kind of a downer video in a way, but I think it's just like anything, or all things must pass, essentially. And I think the server, there's been a lot of highlights. There's been a lot of great moments historically, like the release of the Vatican, some really fun ones like that really old Halloween live event back in 2023 with Shadow Gelato. You had the original release of the Darkwoods. Well, there's a lot of raging there. A lot of people did like it in the end. Pillars, when that was in its kind of like peak, that was very nice in the Christmas season. That kind of comeback era where we had World 11 and World 12, which at the time were very beloved. I think people still like World 11, but World 12 was a bit, dodgy. There's been a lot of highs and lows, and I think in the past I would have said low player counts will bring this back, no problem, and we do bring it back. But with how minehut is and how I am and how the players are, I don't think we will likely come back from this fully. But I would very like to be proven wrong. Just show your support, even if it's just a reaction or two, or just a message in chat. Show that you actually want to see stuff on the server, because a lot of the motivation, other than for actually just telling a complete story, comes from people playing my stuff and enjoying it and having fun with it. And you can't really do that when a new update's out and it's just me online waiting for like 1 or 2 hours for just anybody to join. Because then at that point I should just, it makes me feel like I should put my time and effort into kind of more valuable things. But anyway, sure. That's about it for this video. There's not much news I can give. Anodized is still coming at the moment. But yeah, that's just kind of how it will be. We'll have to keep a close eye on those player counts and just player engagement in general. And I think this is the kind of, I would say, almost breaking point now for if the server is about to have a lot more worlds and a lot more of a kind of I just realized the screen froze. If this is like the breaking point, the two paths of the server are going to have that nice smooth ending, or it's going to be a little bit bumpy. Either way, if the bad ending does come from things and we do get World 18, 19, and 20 adapted into books, I'm a decent writer. They won't be too bad, and you'll still get the storyline for when Boss 10 actually comes out. No matter what, we're going to get Boss 9 and 10 essentially. But like always, have a great day. That's all I can really say for now.